Hey, what's up, y'all? Peace and bless. Your boy MVP, most valuable prophet, the God-fearing, radical black Puerto Rican man, the God from the Bronx when I started. Current Zion Bridgeport CT. You guys know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share to MVP, most valuable prophet ministry on YouTube. I'll tell you, the Lord has a way of really moving. And I must convey that the Lord spoke to me very deeply last night during service. He spoke to me very deeply. And it was something that I've been dealing with for a long time that I had a very difficult time dealing with, which was the idea about submitting to authority. Because I've always viewed authority figures as hypocrites and those who try to impose themselves to me because of their title as a way to intimidate me. And I'll be willing to step to whoever. Didn't matter who it was, whether it was a teacher or a police officer, didn't matter who it was. And what I didn't understand then, I'm fathoming now. Like truly understanding why God puts people in authority for a reason. And what I realized and what I came to terms with that God showed me was that you don't submit to hypocrisy, because if they're doing wrong, you don't submit to that. If they're honoring my commands, you submit to the guardianship of the leadership of the authority figure that God put in play. The Lord spoke to me very deeply about what it means to submit to leadership. If you're going to do things for me, you have to be guided on how to move and the way you need to move as far as the ability to be mobilized in a way that honors the Lord. As I was reading the book of Joshua this morning, Achan was rebellious and disobeyed God because he took things of their curse that God was going to be very angry with because you disobey. It's about having the guardianship and the leadership of Joshua, who was the leader at the time when they took over Jericho. And unfortunately, the aftermath was that Achan was stoned to death because of his disobedience. I understand now what God was orchestrating about putting people there in authority as far as leadership to be guided on how to move that glorifies the Lord. You think about David, he needed Nathan because Nathan was a prophet. Before Jesus was sent on earth, God sent out prophets to guide your king to how to move in glorifying God, how to glorify the Lord when it came to understanding the priority of what God instructed at that time. Just like today, God is putting people in my life. My leading pastor is put in my life to, show me how, as far as, moving in a way that glorifies the Lord and being on the same page. I fully understand what that means. And it's not to say that there are people out there who are an authority figure, who were abusive, who were tyrants, who were hypocritical. So what it comes down to is that you have to study the Word of God and read the Word of God, apply the Word of God, because God does put people in authority for a reason. Now, if they do something that disrespects the Lord, and dishonors Jesus Christ, you approach the matter the way you need to do it. You approach the situation, because what the person who is placed under authority is doing something that dishonors the Lord and displeases him, you have to approach it. You don't submit to that. When God is about God's about decency. God's about order. The Lord's about structure. So he's not a God of confusion, because he puts things in alignment that helps us be more in sync and know that we need guidance throughout our lifetime to make sure that we reach that promised land, that destiny. And I'm just so gratefully thankful how the Lord spoke to me deeply because, I was reading Second Kings about how Elisha, Elisha, wanted a double portion of the prophet Elijah because he saw how God moved in him. And he says, I want that because I understand that it comes with responsibility, it comes with accountability, and it's about receiving those blessings along with what I just pointed out to. I understand what God was telling me last night, and I'm very grateful. So the message is very clear to y'all. It's better to be obedient than sacrifice. Think about that for a moment. With that being said, folks, subscribe, comment, like, and share to MVP Most Valuable Prophet Ministry on YouTube. Love you guys. God bless you guys. Till next time. Peace and blessings.